Good morning. I hope all of you are well. Had to do a little bit of house chores before starting this morning. A little bit of house cleaning. Some sweeping, mopping, wiping. Everyone's got to do it. It's just a part of life. And if you want to have a nice house, it's a must. Oh, but I'm glad I did it. Doing things with your hands tends to have a relaxing and a calming effect to the brain, to the mind. In fact, some of the books that I've read talks about how the adept will be skilled, multifaceted, especially in the trades of the hands. So, keep that in mind as we tread on this path, on this journey. To go back to the basics sometimes and go outside, work in the yard, clean that house. Now, guys, I wanted to go into one lesson, and I feel like I've done a good job of bringing up certain people groups that will find their way inside this insidious business of the occult, the people business. But I have left one big one out. And this one hits home for me in a special way. And I'll go in with a brief memory. But y'all, this group of people, I feel especially sorry for. For if you find yourself in this group, it's probably the most ideal situation for these dark occultists to have you in. Because there's a group of people out there that even though they have a voice, and many of them have the ability to speak, albeit maybe not as clearly as you or I. But yet, even though they can speak, they might as well be mute. For when they do speak, our natural thought and reaction to the things they say is that, well, they're just crazy. Well, they just have a mental illness. So what they're saying can't be true. I have a cousin, she's a few years older than me, and she got diagnosed very young with a mental illness. It changed a lot. I actually don't know what the specific illness is that she has. It changed so much. I think could have been something with autism was on the spectrum at one point. Cerebral palsy. It's been so many. She's had this mental illness. And the thing is she got diagnosed at such a young age, it had pretty much led her to live a life where she has no life. She has no rights. And I can remember being young and being told not to put much thought into things that she said. Because she was unstable and that she would lie. And being as how she had a official diagnosis. Indeed, I didn't believe really anything she said. But I'll bring up a memory one time, and this is when I was staying with my uncle for those few weeks. And my uncle's in there with my cousin, the one with the special needs. And she was saying to him, Dad, they're going to do it to him too. I have to protect Matthew. They're going to hurt Matthew. They're going to do to him what they do to me. They're going to hurt Matthew. Don't hurt Matthew. As I overheard from the hall, my uncle telling her, no one's going to hurt Matthew. Just calm down. I wrote it off. She's unstable. That's what I thought. That's what I was told. Y'all, there are a group of people out here that make the perfect victim. They make the perfect victim because even though they might say something, might cry for help, no one will hear them scream. Not because they didn't hear it, because we ignored it. No, it's unfortunate because the type of people that find themselves in this trafficking situation many times will have special needs. And if they can get your kid diagnosed with special needs, some kind of mental illness at a young age, perfect. Perfect. I think my folks even tried to get me diagnosed a couple of times. I think they tried to present me in a way to where like, well, he's got problems. Diagnose him. And I thank God that every time I was presented, I must have got the right one. I must have got the one that actually wouldn't see things in the wrong way. And they were like, there's nothing wrong with this kid. But there was a couple of times. My life probably would be a whole lot different if I would have lost my rights. Because you see, now I can tell you. And I live a life in a way, I live a normal life. The Lord has blessed me. He's protected me and freed me. But can you imagine how my story would go null and void just because some doctor said I had some kind of illness when I was 3? No, it's a sad subject indeed, y'all. Now, there are some people out there who really do suffer from mental illness, and there's loving families that try to take care and care for them. They're out there. But there are some out there that capitalize on the opportunity, and they know, oh, well, I've got one. I can let these people handle them, and they'll pay me to do it. And they'll do all kind of things to them. You know, the mentally ill do suffer from almost being in an in-between state. Many of them are sensitive, very much so, which is another reason why they're so sought after by the occult, the dark occult. Not only do they have a victim that they can pretty much keep forever, but they can use them in their ceremonies and in their rituals. And no one will think twice about it when they try to tell. I feel sorry for my cousin. I feel sorry that I didn't listen to her when it really counted. You know, that I let my perception be distorted by people who wanted to just control that. Just so that I could write off everything that she said is crazy or delusional. only to come back 20 years later in my 30s to remember the same memories and to go, wow, she wasn't that crazy after all. We all have our choice in how we handle things. She's still locked up now. In one of those places where they hide them away. I've tried to reach out to her.